My name is Chris.
This is Sagen.
I'm Denmark.
And welcome to another edition of IAM-RC Tech Talk here at IAM-RC Hobby Shop in Manassas, Virginia at the Manassas Mall. And today we're going to talk about center shock springs for the Team Associated RC28R. The Team Associated RC28R comes with a medium spring out of the kit. And today we have the Team Associated kit, spring kit. Comes with a soft, a medium, and a firm. Blue for the medium, red for the firm, and then the soft is white.
Yep.
Denmark.
Yes, sir.
Center shock springs.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they matter?
So soft spring provides more traction, more off power steering, and less on power steering.
Okay.
Okay.
Now let's talk about what a firm spring does.
Okay, a firm spring will provide less rear traction. Say if your car is stuck and you're trying to free it up, you can go to a firmer spring. Also, a firm spring will give you more on power steering.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the spectrum of it.
Okay, very good. In today's test, we're actually going to start with the soft spring instead of going with the kit spring first. So we'll go soft. Each of us will run 20 laps. We'll change to the next spring, run 20 laps, and of course, we're going to capture the data on the lap timing system. We'll share that on the screen at the end of the run, and we'll give you our feedback. We'll also give you our feedback during the run.
Hey, shout out to Denny Sanchez from Silverhorse at silverhorserc.com for providing the batteries for today's test.
We'll see you back at the table after the baseline run.
Awesome.
Okay,
Exactly.
so up first is Sagen. He will run his 20 laps.
Okay. Wow, that felt like it was super twitchy, but it turned like crazy going in. And I could get some hero laps out of it, but it was scary to drive. It was a little bit scary to drive, okay? But coming out, a little not as turny, but it felt so inconsistent, but I think I could run super fast laps because I could dive in the corner, literally dive in the corner. So.
Now it's my turn to run on the soft spring. It's running. All right, so feedback. I do feel like the car was bouncing around quite a bit. It didn't seem unsettled though, which was kind of funny, but I did notice how when I would break into basically the first turn coming off the sweeper, it was diving and I'd see the rear end try to come down and then it would recover.
So Chris, you like that kind of...
All right. So I'm going to do my trial run 20 laps on a soft center spring. That it? Yeah, this is terrible. It was hard to drive. The rear end was bouncing all over the place. Although it was planted, it was very inconsistent. So I had to change my whole driving style to keep up with the car.
Go ahead.
So no, we're changing our spring with the Team Associated shock. It's kind of set up like a real 10 scale or bigger car shock. So therefore this shock shaft goes up and down. So it's easier to kind of take it apart because you have to put this collar on, and when you try to put the collar on, this thing goes squish in there. So I kind of like to just take it apart. And yes, there's still grease in there. If you could take a look at the top here, it's all greasy right there. And when I do this, I could still feel the resistance. So grease is still in there right now. So what do? We take this spring, the white one. Now we are going to replace it with the blue one, which is the medium. Okay. And the trick is here, I like to use a little bit bigger nut driver. Push it in there so that shaft doesn't compress or collapse, and then find the flat spot, put it in all the way, tighten it, tighten the 0.9 millimeter grub screw in there, and then screw the top on. Okay, and you see how the top shock is moving. If it's moving, then you just take this right here, needle nose, put it in there, and then just push it just a little bit. Now we're good. And this collar moved a little bit, so we have to kind of readjust it when we put the shock box back on. Okay. Oh, hold on one second. Okay, good. We're gonna put the shock back on. Okay. I like to have the shock with the grub screw on the top. That went this way. Grub screw on the top, so you can see that, hey, there's still a grub screw in there when you're double checking your car. And then let's just visually make sure that it's not collapsing. Yep, we need to put a little bit more preload, just a little bit.
1.5.
1.5.
Where are you measuring this at?
Right on the tip of the little ball cup post on the body. Okay. I mean, on the chassis. Okay, I think we're good. All right, I'm gonna try the medium top shock spring. Top spring shock. Yes, medium. Okay, whatever you just said. It's over, yes. I think the lap time is slower, but I felt like I could drive it more aggressively. But I don't know why it's not faster.
What was your fast lap?
7.9, yeah. The other was 7.7. Okay, yeah. It's weird how things work out. I feel like this is so easier to drive, so I'm trying to drive it harder. The other car was harder to drive, but then I drove it more carefully, but I got faster. Interesting.
Now it's my turn to run on the medium center shock spring.
Oh.
Was that it? Okay. I'm glad that I wrecked that last one. So 7.8 was my fast lap this time. I think I ran a 7.7 in the last one, or no? Did I get a 7.8 last time? I will say, so here's my feedback. The car is running flatter than it was with the soft spring. There was less bouncing. There was less dive. It was definitely running flatter coming into the turns.
All right, so I'm about to make my test run on the medium spring, medium center shock spring.
Thank you.
You are welcome. All right, so my impression was the car felt really good. There's some chatter in it, so I'm beginning to think that there's something else going on with the car. But as far as spring-wise, it it felt pretty planted. And what I mean by that, the rear end was stuck, glued to the track. I had plenty of rear traction and I had on power steering. So that was pretty good for me. So I'm okay with that.
All right, let's
All right.
put the hard one in.
Go ahead, Denmark. What are we doing?
We're changing to a firm spring now.
What spring are we putting on?
The red one. I can't see it. I can't see it.
How about that?
I can't see if I put that in.
Let me hold these.
All right. Final test for me. Center shock spring hard. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. I think I got so much on power steering, I could drive the heck out of it coming out of the corner, especially lollipop, where I don't have to feather the throttle as much.
Okay, talk.
All right, I really like this setting. I had to change my driving style a little bit. I didn't have to feather the throttle as much around the lollipop, kind of held it around and it turned. So I really like the setting. It's not as aggressive going into the corner, but I could control it more coming out of the corner with on power throttle. So good.
Sajan says that I'm probably going to like this setting because I can control the car coming out of the corner better. This is my run on the firm center shock spring. Spring. So I like the firm spring. The firm spring kept the car very settled. It's a big difference between soft and medium. Medium did bring up it was able to soak up more. The firm was able to soak up the track really, really, really well. And I felt like I could go faster around the apex and faster around the lollipop. I could get on the throttle sooner coming off the lollipop and going onto the straightaway. And coming off the straightaway, I felt like I could hold it with a lot of confidence.
What about?
All right, so I'm going to make my test run on the firm spring.
Here we go. All right, that's it.
All right, that's it, Denmark. All right, you want to go?
Yeah. Denmark, what did we think of the firm center shock spring?
Look at the smile.
All
I mean,
right.
7.4. Come on.
I love it. So what I felt, the car felt like I was able to stay on power longer and deeper into corners. So where I would have to let off a little bit to let the car settle in and make the turn, I did not have to do that with the firm spring. So earlier we did say firm springs give you more on power steering, and that's exactly what I felt.
And it showed.
Nice driving. Nice driving.
Thank you, thank you.
All three of us have done our runs on the soft, medium, and firm center shock spring, and now we want to give our feedback. Sajan was the first to run, I ran the second run, and then Denmark ran the third run, and we just kept that order. So, Sajan,
Yes.
Let's
First
go ahead and-
comment.
let's
Yeah.
give our feedback on all the springs.
Definitely.
Soft, medium, and firm.
So soft spring, in my opinion, based on my driving style, felt really loose and little twitchy and bouncy. It did go into the corner really fast, but especially in the lollipop, I had to really feather the throttle. I couldn't really be aggressive because it would push a little bit because I think there was too much weight transfer to the rear. So the front was losing grip and therefore it was kind of pushy. I did get a decent lap or two in. And I think I was driving very carefully not to hit the walls because, the car was not compliant, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Medium was neutral. I think, when I was driving it, it felt so neutral that I was trying to push to get hard time versus, getting a really fast lap time in. But man, the firm really, really surprised me. I got on power steering. I think if there's a lot of grip and if your rear tire is hooked up, you go with firm, or I'm gonna go with firm spring because if you have that traction in the rear, and it allows you to rotate and steer on power, full on power, especially for me around the lollipop with some, you know, what am I trying to say?
Confidence?
No, not confidence. With some, I knew it was gonna do that.
It's predictable.
Yes, it was. Yes, with some predictability as to how the car is gonna, rotate. So no, very good, very good
Awesome.
test.
Very good. Thank you, Sajin. The softs for me the soft rather, was very bouncy. The car was moving the way it should, but that weight transfer was like very heavy. And I think we were still able to run down in a 7.8, 7.7 frame, but I didn't feel like I could do it consistently. When we went to the medium, it settled the rear end, and I was like, oh, good. We settled the rear end. It feels good. I drove the car pretty well, but then when we got to the firm, the car was solid for me. It was nice and flat. You could see it going down the straightaway. It was running flat. It just seemed like everything was put together on the firms and on the firm spring. And I would definitely run the firm spring if I noticed the track was very bouncy. I could get on the throttle through the lollipop very early and had a lot of confidence, and the car was very predictable for me as well. Denmark?
Yes, Mr. 7.4.
So,
That's
so
fast.
Yes.
let me say right off the bat that the car was bouncy, in my opinion, because the grease had worn off. But even though the grease had worn off and there was very little dampening, the spring provided the same. It still was the same as far as what the spring would do, but it was just a little bouncy. That's really it. But the soft spring was it was okay to drive, a little, for my driving style, a little unpredictable. But I could hold on to it. But if I was racing, I couldn't do that for 6 minutes. It was just too much.
Mm-hmm.
Medium spring, it got a little better. I was able to stay on power a little more going into the harder sections like the lollipop. So it was okay. So with the firm, the car was, for me, it felt really good. It was planted and it had a lot of steering, but very controllable. So
Awesome. Awesome. This is our final video of the RC28 testing series. We've pretty much gone through all of the option parts that you could go through. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to bring in our up-and-coming driver, Isaiah Meredith. Come on over to the camera, Isaiah.
This way,
Behind
right
us,
here,
like your father does.
don't be
right?
like your daddy.
Sneaking in a little bit, right?
Yes.
And what we're going to do is we're going to essentially do the same test with Isaiah. We will put the car to the base settings. He'll run 20 laps. He'll give us his feedback. And then what we're going to do is make changes based on everything we've learned throughout the testing series and see if we can't best his fastest lap of that 20. And we'll share that with you and those results with you and his feedback on the next video.
Yes. Please don't just watch the video. Okay. Click the subscribe
And
video
like.
and like.
It only takes
Subscribe. How long
It
does
only
it take?
takes a second.
Okay. It only takes a second. So click that subscribe and like. Thank you.
Take care, everybody.
Peace.